Dragons. For a long time, dragons have been the pinnacle of Skyblock, and they were very active for their scamming ways. Oh my god! Oh come on! Oh come on! I hate this dragon. I hate this dragon. But the thing is, dragons is exactly like gambling. You have a 4% chance to win a lot of money, but the other 96% chance, you get like literally nothing. Oh my god. No, I don't. I hear a unstable helmet. Bruh. But what if I told you guys that some of you were doing dragons the wrong way? Now today I will be breaking down every single detail from eye placement to gear. So if you enjoy my video, you should like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Only about 25% of you guys are subscribed, so it really motivates me if you do. And if we can hit 5 likes, I'll make an entire video talking about every single talisman and how you acquire them. Now, first up, eye placement. In the Skyblock wiki, we classify dragon magic find as weight. Now, as you can see by the picture that I'm showing you right now, each eye that you place represents 100 weight, which means that if you place 2 eyes, you get 200 weight, and so on and so forth, until it maximizes at 4. And with the placement that you had when you defeated the drag, it also tunes in to the dragon weight given. Like first you get 300, second you get 250, third you get 200, and so on and so forth in the picture. Now this picture tells us the minimal weight that you require in order to get the parts that are shown right now. Now for the minimum dragon weight of 450, you could get the AOTD, or aspect of the dragons, dragon scale, the dragon claw, the dragon horn, or even an ender dragon pet. Now as for the dragon scroll, which is only dropped by unstable dragons, it requires 250 dragon weight. Now as for dragon armor, it requires 400 dragon weight for the chestplate, 325 for the helmet, 350 for leggings, and 300 for the boots. And if you're very unlucky and get fragged, each dragon fragment contributes to 22 dragon weight. So you can do the calculation if it ever comes to that point. Now how you classify early game players is completely by your standards, but there is a baseline, and that is that early game players normally are wearing full hardened diamond with racking up with their golem sword or even an AOTE, and they normally have a rare enderman pet to add into the mix. Now for these players, I would not recommend for you guys to start placing eyes and doing dragons because you literally can do no damage. I think the only way that you could actually do damage and actually get good armor pieces is if you place 4 eyes, and wearing your armor standard right now, you would take forever, and you might not even be able to kill zealots if you don't talisman spam. So all in all, early game players don't go for dragons, just do minions and stuff and gain money enough to afford the mid game set, which is ender armor. Now, I classify mid-game players as people wearing ender armor, and they normally have either a maxed out AOTE or not yet maxed out but almost there aspect of the dragons. Ender armor. Now, how I classify mid-game players is that they normally wear a full set of ender armor, and they're normally rocking up with a AOTE that's almost maxed out, or maybe even an AOTD if they are so-called going to late game. Now these guys, some of them, not most of them, will be able to do dragons if they talisman spam and if they rack up an Unreal Runan's bow, or maybe even an Unreal Hurricane bow. It depends on how much damage you want to do, although the Runan's bow is way better than the Hurricane bow. And with this, there's a high chance they will be able to pay for a God Splash and maybe even deal over 1 mil damage if they're lucky. So for you guys should place 3 eyes or 2 eyes, depending on how good you do on your first dragon, if you ever did one. And now we're getting serious, on to the late game. Now the late game is normally where things start getting good and you can most likely place 2 eyes or maybe even 1. I'm just kidding, 1 gives like nothing. But in all honesty, I can classify late game players as people with tarantula boots, half set of strong dragon armor, and a tarantula helmet. Now the reason why people don't go to full strong dragon armor to get the AOTE buff is because the tarantula boots can help you stay afloat during dragon melee fights, which is very good because your sword is the main damage dealer in dragon fights. And the reason why the helmet is better than the strong dragon helmet, it's because of the extra bonus that it gives, which adds 1% crit damage per 10 strength. So it's actually really good if you think about it. And for their weapon, they might be using a maxed out AOTD, hot potato book, everything. And as for bow, there's a high chance that they'll be using an Unreal Renan's bow that's fully maxed out. And as for pets, they'll normally be using a legendary skeleton or maybe even a legendary enderman if they're lucky enough to get one. And finally, the endgame players, the sweatiest of the sweats. Now, I can't show off the gear, but I can show off where to get the gear from. So as for endgame armor gear, the sweatiest gear ever, they would be wearing a Frozen Blaze helmet and they will be wearing full elegant tuxedo. Now the way you get this elegant tuxedo is by talking to Seymour under the tailor house, and you'll be able to buy 3 sets of tuxedos, the cheap, fancy, and elegant tuxedo. Now I would recommend that if you're turning into an endgame player but you don't have enough coins to support the elegant tuxedo, which is very expensive, I'll recommend you getting the cheap tuxedo, but not the fancy tuxedo. It's in the middle and it does almost nothing at all, and it completely just splats on the floor other than these two. And as for endgame players, I would recommend placing 2 eyes because 2 eyes is the minimum for every single dragon fight, no matter the placement that you get. If you place 1 eye, you'll literally get nothing. When you get 2 eyes placed and you get either a second position or a first position, you could get the chance of getting the Ender Dragon pet, which is worth millions of coins. So all in all, as the final results, early game players, you guys shouldn't be placing eyes, but if you guys want to do place eyes, you can place 4 as a minimum. As for mid game players and late game players, if you guys can do good damage, you guys can only place 2. But if you're double thinking about yourself and you think that you're not doing enough damage, you can place 3 for the minimum requirement of getting the legendary or epic Ender Dragon pet. And as for endgame players, I don't need to tell you guys what to do. You guys have been doing drags for about millions of years by that point. Go do more dragons. Oh, and one more thing. If you're ever doing dragons with your co-op or friends, I would recommend changing lobbies to fit your needs. So if you change to a lobby and you see a guy in like full elegant tuxedo or full superior, just leave the lobby, guys. If you're not endgame, I don't understand why you need to waste your life. But if you see a lobby with like full strong guys and like full Tara guys, then you're good. Except maybe the guys in full eyes. Yeah, that may be a problem if they have the Spirit Scepter. But anyway, I'm gonna end this off here. I have 3 good video ideas coming up soon, so if you guys want to enjoy it, like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode.